When it comes to washing brushes, there's a few things you should know. Uh, with acrylic, it's fairly easy to wash. Just use soap and water. Um, and I like to have a bucket to wash my brush or a little cup. And I try not to use my hands to wash the brush, even though that's a really great way to get paint out. Some paints have chemicals in them that can be very unhealthy to us, and so we don't want to be grinding that stuff into the skin. So I prefer to use a little cup, maybe with a little bit of soap at the bottom, and just kind of swirl it around in there. You might have to wash it several times with soap, particularly with oil paints, before you get all the paint out. It's a couple things that are important are you really don't want paint to dry in the ferrule, which is the metal part. Once paint starts getting in there, it can really start fraying the brush and separating those bristles. Kind of starts to be the beginning of the end, and it's hard to fix. So don't let paint get in there. Wash that out before that happens. Also, I find that one of the best ways to get paint out of the brush is to use the same strokes when you're cleaning it as you did when you were painting. So if you were doing back and forth sort of strokes or side to side strokes, do that same kind of motion when you're cleaning. If you're making kind of more swirly sort of strokes, you might try to do that when you're cleaning, and that usually gets most of the paint out. There are some brush cleaners you can buy. They're kind of good for rescuing brushes that might be on their way out. You can sometimes revive them. Another thing you could use is some Simple Green. That will leave your brush in a little bit of Simple Green and water, just a small amount of Simple Green, and that can sometimes get acrylic out. If you treat your brushes well, they can last you many years. And if you, when you're done with them, don't leave them sitting down in your water or in a cup. That will eventually mash the bristles out. Leave them laying on their side, ideally. Wrap them in something. If they have a little hole in the top, you can hang them up on the wall or a rack. If you have to, leave them sitting up in the cup. Over time, that might damage them as water can get down into the ferrule and start wearing away the glue, but that would probably take quite a bit of time before that happened. If you're washing with oil, I'll just mention here, I like to wash off as much as I can using my solvents, such as turpentine or OME, and then I go wash using soap and water. It'll save you a lot of trouble to get most of it off in your solvent. Okay, that's it. Keep those brushes alive.